Good evening. This is the video newsletter for buysellshort.com for Tuesday, July 15th. Likely to be a quick update because in a market like this, we are not calling very many long plays. We were all over the place today. So many different pieces of news. SEC came out, and finally, it's really illegal for naked short selling now. Wow. Do we even need to go into this? Now the SEC has decided that you are not allowed to naked short sell Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. What about the rest of the market? A lot of these problems began when they got rid of the uptick rule. That was a depression era rule that was put in. They said if this rule was in effect back in the Great Crash, it would not have happened or would not have been as bad. Uptick rule allows shorts to just keep selling into the bid. Coincidentally enough, another major Depression era regulation that was pulled away a couple of years ago was the one with commercial banks and allowed them to get into the mortgage market. And look at the crap storm we're in now because of that. Anyway, Bernanke talking today, Paulson out talking today. Market was up big, down big, up big, down big, and then when everything looked great going into the close, we just imploded and lost 150 points in the last 40 minutes. Where do we go from here? Who knows? We had Intel come out in after hours, report an excellent earnings report. Margins were up, they beat, they guided higher, stock flat. Just that kind of market right now. We are staying high cash as they bounce us around and decide where we're going to go. Here we have the Dow 15-minute chart. We are in this bullish falling wedge yet again, as I've been mentioning over the last week or so. We do not even get interested until we get a close above the 200-day moving average in the 15-minute period, and that is now at 11,180. Actually, I'd probably want to see us over 11,400 before I got any warm and fuzzies. 15-minute chart, stochastics are a little oversold, so we probably will see a snapback on the open tomorrow, but wouldn't write it in stone. Major support on the Dow is now 10,750. Oil came down big today. We'll see what happens tomorrow if it's able to help us. We do have options expiration this week, so we should have seen a rally already. If we do not see a rally tomorrow, then the option crooks are short the calls and wanting further weakness. So that's another reason for us to sit on our hands. So many times today wanted to jump into stocks, and the few that we did, we got our arms bitten off. Just let's wait for a big move because, as I said in the chat room, when we do finally bottom and they let us go, we're looking at a mother of a bear market squeeze. So let's just sit and wait for that to come to us. I mean, when I say a mother of a bear market squeeze, when we do unload, I'm talking 750 plus points on the Dow when we do finally go. Not in one day, but over the course of a few days. So let's just sit back and let the crooks eat each other alive. Dow daily chart, sell volume is continuing to increase, which is bearish. We may see one final smackdown and then a really massive volume update. 20-day exponential, we haven't touched that in quite a while. We're deeply oversold there, so Nasdaq bullish comp getting down there. Once we get down below 25, it's going to get really interesting, and it might be time to start positioning in some QQQQ calls and in some of the large cappers. To be honest, Intel after hours, the action is really disappointing. Maybe we will see a delayed reaction to the report tomorrow. Great report, and it's done nothing. I guess on the positive note, we haven't seen Intel sell off, so maybe that's how we need to look at that. Stock plays, CHINA, China, huge spike today, up the revenue guidance. See, 20-day exponential snapback, made it all the way back up there. This was an Olympic play for us. I mentioned it the other day. Would be looking for a retreat under 250 to add a scalp position on this one. So Chart looks really, really good here for movement into the August Olympics, but would like to see it pull back so we can grab us another scalp position on this one. Sanmina, another stock, they came out today, said they're going to beat the revenue guidance, going to beat their EPS. They're going to post $100 million in cash flow for the quarter. Stock ended up 8 cents on the day. It did bounce back to our 125 target, so we did get the target I've been mentioning over the last couple of days, and then it retreated. As I mentioned in the trading alert, this one seems almost a no-brainer on dips, but then again, this is not your normal market, so would be looking at fast dips on this one as scalp add opportunities, with 120 plus being the scalp target here. There is just extreme fear in the market. It's easier to spread a rumor and be negative right now than take a risk. And just the rumor mongers are running rampant in the financials and just everywhere. Just everyone has gotten negative. It's the end of the world right now, and that is the reason it's taking so much time for things to unwind here. Once we do get going, everyone will flip to the other side of the boat and away we'll go. So for now, we're just going to sit on our high cash, let them play their games that they're playing. Our two short plays that we had so far intraday were nice winners. Google got all the way down to 501 today. That's minus $20 or a $20 gain if you were going on the short. And then Goldman Sachs 152 today is a low. That was $7, and that's just in a day or so. Here's the Goldman Sachs chart, broke down through that head and shoulder. As I mentioned, this one's going to see 140 sometime this year, but if you are short, that's close to the door, because when the rally gets unloaded, this is going to be a fast mover back to, the 180 area. And here we have Google, $20 on the short there if you had some balls. There are opportunities out there, but shorting at this stage in the game, after the size of the drop we've had, you want to stay really close to the door and be ready to cover. And then, as an example, imagine the shorts today. There were numerous times today where it looked like shorts were going to get bent over, only to see it reverse course. So very, very, very tough market. We're not going to take any risks right now. Play the high return scalp trades that we see, and then wait for this rally to start get going before we start jumping into plays. And that's it for the video tonight. I'll see you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Good night.